Hello students and welcome to video 4 in the extended essay series in business management, and this video is going to focus on which business management tools and theories to use. Now what I will say here is this video is very similar to the what business management tools and theories to use in the IA, so I'll link that video at the end of this video. There is one big difference which I'll cover later on in the video. So first off, this is the extended essay Grady criteria. And in terms of what business management tools and theories to use, it's going to fall mainly under criterion B, knowledge and understanding. But also, if you use better parts of the syllabus, better tools and theories, then I think that your critical thinking is likely to be better. So I'll just show you what those two rubrics look like. So criterion B is out of 6 marks. And you can see that we need to use good terminology and good concepts. The use of subject-specific terminology and concepts is accurate and consistent. So this is effectively saying use good parts of the syllabus. For critical thinking, you've done your research and you need to analyze it effectively. And I think that the tools do kind of cross over into here, because the better you use the tools, the better your analysis is going to be effectively. So the first one is use of analytical tools, which is the business management tools and theories. So the question, one of the most popular questions I get asked is, what tools and theories should I use in my extended essay and also in the IA? But we're talking about the extended essay here. And effectively, a tool and a theory is any part of the syllabus that can be used to apply to a business or to help you answer the research question. So one of the biggest misconceptions, misunderstanding is that what BM tools to use, you can only use the toolkit. And that's wrong, because there are other tools available, as we'll see. But the toolkit is a good starting place. So you see SL, you've got 8 bits of the toolkit. So this is a good place to start if you're looking for tools. And then HL, you have 15 tools. There's a nice typo there. But there are other tools in the syllabus. For example, product lifecycle. This is what the product lifecycle looks like. This is from the 7Ps chapter. Really, really good tool to use. It's visual, and we can apply that. Profitability ratios in the finance topic. That's really good to do if you're doing profit and loss or balance sheet, and then you can do liquidity ratios as well, things like that. But there are other theories in the syllabus. I'll just move my head out of the way. You can see that segmentation methods in the syllabus, you do demographic, geographic, and psychographic, and this is part of the syllabus, and this would count as a tool or a theory, because this is effectively segmentation theory, it's sometimes called. Another example will be motivation theories, and that's a really, really good one to use. There's loads of motivation theories you study, and these can help you answer a research question. So bottom line here is that it's not just a toolkit, it's effectively any part of the syllabus, and it can be visual, can also be non-visual. But like I said, the toolkit is a really good place to start. So you can see on the left, you've got the 8 SL pieces of the toolkit. On the right, you've got another 7 for HL. The ones in red are ones that I've seen used in the past and have been good. So the Ansoff matrix is a good one. The BCG matrix is good. Hofstetter would be good. I've actually not seen that used before, but that would be good for one on culture. Porter's generic strategies, ditto. You get the idea. Here, any of these in theory could be used. But the ones in red are ones that I've seen used well in the past. So I'll quickly go through the rest of the syllabus, and I'm just going to go through each of the topics in turn and list possible things that you could use. I'll just put unit 1 there so you can get an idea. What I'll say is the tools can be visual or non-visual, like I said, and the list I'm about to give you is non-exhaustive. And what I mean by that is that this is not everything that could possibly be a tool or a theory. If I listed everything from the syllabus, you would literally just list a syllabus. So I'm going to try and give you some limited lists of what could be used, but it's up to you to then go through the syllabus and get those yourself. And sometimes they're just the name of a chapter. So in Unit 1, Introduction to Business Management, I think corporate social responsibility is a good one. You've got the triple bottom line. Stakeholder analysis and mapping, I'm a big fan of this one. This is where you do the power interest, and you put stakeholders into the relevant thing to see how powerful or interested they are. You can just Google stakeholder power interest matrix for that. And then I think 1.5 is really good. I mean, some research questions will be about mergers or acquisitions. So 2 companies merged, how successful has the merger been, or something like that. And so you've then got joint ventures, franchises, and strategic alliances. So there's loads of content in that chapter. Within HR, again, there's loads. I think that motivation theories work well, like I said earlier. If you were going to look at culture, I think Handy's Gods of Management would be an excellent one to use. I've never seen that used. I'd love to see it used at some point. And then centralization versus decentralization is another good one. Within finance, I think the big two, profit and loss and balance sheet, they're excellent. If you choose a publicly held company, these are available for anyone to read, so they're excellent. And then all of those ratios, I think, are really, really good ones to use. On to marketing. In marketing, pretty much any of the 7Ps are good for using. I think things like the product life cycle, pricing methods, and distribution channels in the place, I think are excellent. And like I said earlier, methods of segmentation are relevant. And then on to Unit 5. Unit 5 has got a lot of HL content, so HL students are more likely to use Unit 5 than SL students. I think outsourcing versus in-house production itself is a potential research question. So should a company outsource or produce it in-house? Quality management, offshoring, reshoring, etc., etc. The key point here is I'm not going to go through everyone, but you can have a look through the lists and it gives you a good idea of the sort of things that you might want to use. With that in mind, let's go on to the second point, which is the best tools and theories to use. I meant to have animation here to build up the anticipation, but the answer is, unfortunately, it depends. There's no correct answer to the question, what's the best tool and theory to use? Because it depends on the research question. And here we've got basically using a screwdriver to try and hammer in a nail. It's not going to work. You need to use the right tools for the job. And so the best tools and theories are the ones that help you answer the research question. Yeah, thanks, that's useful. I'm making a video on what tools to use, and I've told you there's no answer. Now, that's correct. But in the previous part of the video, there's all those tools that gives you a list of things to watch. And I'm now going to give you a couple of ways in which you can kind of help make that decision better. So I think this one's pretty obvious, but decide what part of the syllabus your EE will focus on. Now, sometimes it's not going to fall under one of the 5 units within the syllabus, but let's say you decided you're doing a marketing extended essay, then have a look at the tools and theories and then think, well, does that one work? Does that one work? You could also look through the textbooks, online sources, whatever, and just look through those and hopefully you'll find something which kind of fits what you're looking at. However, especially for the extended essay, it's usually best to look at 2 different parts of the syllabus. So don't just do marketing, I think is some fairly sound advice. Not necessarily, but I think in general. And so maybe you say, well, I'm going to do marketing and finance, and you're going to focus on looking through those and you pick your tools from those 2 units. So I think that's a good place to start. And then when you've chosen your tools, this is how you would use them within the main body. Now, I'll talk more about writing the extended essay in a future video, but here's a way of knowing whether you've got a good tool or not. So when you do use a tool or theory in your extended essay, I hope I haven't said IA during this video. I've just done the IA video, so it's possible. If I said IA, I mean extended essay, but they're very, very similar. So first off, you'd introduce the tool. So let's say you're doing the Ansoff matrix. You would say, well, in this part of the essay, I'm going to use the Ansoff matrix, and this is defined as blah, 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 blah. And then you would explain why you're using it and why it will help you answer your research questions. So something like, I'm going to use the Ansoff matrix because blah, 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 blah. Then you're going to use the tool or theory. You're going to present it visually if you can. So the Ansoff matrix, you want to draw it, etc., etc. Do your analysis, and then finally use the Ansoff matrix analysis to help answer your research question. So after you've done the analysis, you see, so from drawing the Ansoff matrix above, we can see blah, 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 blah. This helps to answer the research question because blah, 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 blah. So that's how you go about using a tool in the extended essay. And here's a way of knowing whether the tool's suitable or not. Well, it's kind of one of the ways. If you can't do 2 or 4, then it's probably not suitable. Here's why. Well, if you can't do 2, if you can't explain why you're using it, then we don't know why we're using it. So maybe there's another tool which is more appropriate. Remember, we're choosing the right tool for the job. So we need to make sure we know why we're using it. And the number 4, how does it help you answer your research questions? Everything you write in the extended essay is about answering the research questions. So if we can say, we've used the Ansoff matrix and this is going to help us answer our question, chances are it's a good tool to use. So if you can't do 2 or 4, you've either done it wrong or you need to look at other tools. On to the SWOT analysis. So this comes from the examiner's report from the IB. So generally the IB doesn't like SWOT, steeples and force field analysis. And the reason is because too many people use them and they're not overly good, I don't think. And the reason is a SWOT could potentially be used in any, see there's a typo, it says IA, but that should say extended essay. A SWOT could potentially be used in any extended essay. This advice is the same for the IA as well, and therefore has only marginal relevance. And I think the key thing down here is there are better tools and theories which are more suited. And the SWOT is going to take up word count. It's not going to overly help you answer your question. And there are other tools and theories which are going to do a much better job at answering your research question. Same for a steeple, same for a force field analysis. However, saying that, there are times when these three work really well within an extended essay, but in general, it's better to avoid them. So moving on to what I think is the biggest difference between the extended essay and the IA is, in terms of the tools to use, that is going beyond the syllabus. And again, this is written by the IB. The best candidates were usually able to refer to other tools, techniques, and theories they'd researched beyond the DP syllabus. So just paraphrasing that, the best candidates were usually able to go beyond the DP syllabus. So effectively, you want to find theories beyond the syllabus relating to your research question. Now that can be quite difficult, but I think there are a few things you can do. You can go and find some university level textbooks. So let's say you're doing marketing. You could go and find a university level textbook about marketing and then find something there that's relevant to your research question that's outside the IB syllabus. You could go and do some Google searching. That might take you a while, just stick at it. Or journal articles, again, is another good place. So journal articles will help you go beyond the syllabus, definitely. Okay, so some final thoughts. Overall, the best tools and theories to use are the ones that help you answer the research question. So use the right tools for the job. There's no ideal number of tools and theories. I get asked this a lot. How many tools or theories should I have? As many as you need, basically. Don't have too many, don't have too few. I think as a rough guide, something like 3 or 4, maybe more, maybe less, but 3 to 4 is in general what I see the most common. And go beyond the syllabus and make the tools visual if you can. I think visual tools look good. Sometimes you can't, you don't need them, but I do, having visual things in an essay definitely, I think, makes it easier to read and look. Final summary. These are things that are the same for the IA and the EE. I mean, if you're doing an extended essay in business, then you're almost definitely doing an IA. So what's the same? Use the right tools and theories for the job for both of them. Go beyond the toolkit for both of them. So don't think you've got to just stick to the toolkit. You can go wherever you want to in the syllabus. And best to avoid the SWOT, steeple, and force field analysis, but you don't have to avoid them. And I think that the biggest difference is with the IA, you can go beyond the syllabus, but I think the recommendation is it's best to stay within the syllabus. You've only got 1,800 words. With EE, it's best to go beyond. And the reason for that is extended essay is extended. It's a significant piece of research. You've got 4,000 words. And so you've got time to go beyond the syllabus. And, it shows that you'll go into a lot more depth with your research. Okay, that is video 4 done. I'll see you in the next one.